Celebrity Hairstylist. Today in this instructional video, I'm going to be showing you how to properly color or dye your hair extensions using hair from hairlivery.com. The first thing that you'll do is you'll need to make sure you have your proper materials together. So you'll need your hair color, your developer, a couple extra towels just for any kind of spills, color bowl, brush, clips, a little light conditioner, and your gloves. The first thing we're going to want to do is get our hair, and we're not going to do a whole bundle for the video. We'll just get the hair together as much as we're going to dye. And we're going to do an ombre effect, which is very popular today. So we'll make sure that we are always running our fingers through the hair to make sure that it's free from any tangles, so that every strand is processed evenly. Nothing like uneven color. So no. So I just folded it a couple times. That way that gives us room to work with, so we're not taking too much time in color. But we're going to make sure we're going to take the weft the long way, fold it. You can just fold it once, because that way you're going to make sure that it's not too bulky, because you want to make sure that the hair is evenly processed. So what I like to do is I like to take my clips, because I'm going to do an ombre look, and I'll clip each end, and I'll use those as handles when I'm handling the hair. So I'll clip this end, lay it flat, and I'll clip the other end. Now I have handles. Okay? So once my gloves are on, I'm going to make sure that I'm always mixing. Today we're going to just lighten it up just ever so slightly, because keep in mind that you can do a double process if needed. What that means is that you can color it one time, and if it's not achieved the lightness that you like, you can always go over it again. But trying to use it too forcefully at one time can dry the hair out terribly, and you'll have frizzy, frayed hair. So I'm going to make sure I'm always mixing the contents of the color according to the manufacturer's instructions. For this color, like it says on the box as well, for every ounce of color, you're going to use 2 ounces of your developer. For this one, we're using a level 10, so we can bring it up as light as possible and maybe get it on the first time. And we're going to use the volume 30 for a little bit of extra lift, because the hair is already a natural dark color. So I'll take it under the top, and I'll take the top of it in order to, this is for this manufacturer, this is how you open up the color, because it comes sealed, which it should. That way you know the color's not tampered with, and you're going to get the color that you desire. And I'll open like so. Now we know. And screw it. Now we know the color has been opened. Set that down. And I'm going to take my key, color key, and I'm going to put it on the bottom of the tube, and I'm going to go according to the lines. So since we're going to do maybe about a third or two. Of color. Once we've got that much that we desire, we'll slide the key out. What I like to do, since we're using a cream color, I like using cream color when I'm dyeing the extension hair, because it gives you more control of the color, which means that you can put it exactly where you want it, versus liquid color, which kind of a little bit more runny. So we're going to mix it before putting the developer in, so that as we get a nice, smooth texture, like we're making frosting. So for this particular color brand, you're going to use twice as much developer as you use the color. So since we used 1/3 color, we're going to use 2/3 of developer. Now I'm using the lines on the inside to determine how much of it that I'm going to be using. To the line. And we always immediately cover our developer back up, because we know that once the air hits the developer, it loses its strength. We don't want to make sure it's on there tight. Pour it in there all the way. Set that to the side. Now we're going to mix our color up. Get the consistency nice. A nice consistency of it. Again, it should be like maybe like frosting. So the consistency of the color should be like so. You can control this. It's not too liquid. Our next step is what I like to also do is make sure I like to take a little bit of the conditioner, and the type of conditioner that it is does not matter as long as it's just a little light conditioner, something sulfate free, paraben free is always recommended. I like to put it inside the color just a little bit. That way we know that we're not going to also fry the hair too much as well. So I put just a little bit. According to you, you only need just like a little dime size once the color is already mixed, and you just mix that inside. Once we've done that, we'll take our hair, and since we're doing our ombre effect, we're going to take our foils, and we're going to do each section. We're going to do medium-sized sections. We don't want to just do all of it at one time because you can get what they call tiger stripes or bleeders, which will make it not an even tone of the color. So once we've decided that and determined that everything tangles, I also like to take maybe a little medium-sized tooth comb just to ensure, just on the ends only. So I'll take my first oil and I'll take it out and I'll lay it on the surface flat like so. I'll undo, making sure that both handles are out. And I'll lay the hair, the first part of the hair, onto the foil like so. Now, I'm going to take my color, and I like to make sure that the hair has a little, you take the water bottle, because you need a water bottle, and you spray the hair a little bit, just to give a little bit dampness, because that will allow the color to evenly be on the hair once you decide to distribute the color onto the hair. Also, it helps for the color to soak into the hair. It helps with the cuticle opening a little bit. Once we do that, not drench with water, because we don't want to compromise the integrity of the color itself, because we are using a permanent color. So once we've done that, we'll place the hair on the foil. Whatever part of the hair we're coloring should be completely on the foil. And you can do it the short way, depending on the length of the hair, or you can do it the long way. And everything we do, we're going to be applying and putting the hair on a downward motion. Once we got our color on there, most people would like to either fold it. I simply like to take another piece of oil because I want to make sure I don't get any color on the part of the hair I don't want chemical on, and simply sandwich it in between, like so. You can take, now at this point you can take the bottom for space if you wasn't too concerned about spacing of the work area, and fold it up the bottom and on each side. So that's going to make sure that that's being processed in the foil, and we'll go along to the next piece. So once you've taken your hair out of the dryer and you've checked it for the desired level of lightness, then you're going to take your hair, and we've achieved the level we want to achieve, and we're going to now shampoo it. Once we have achieved our desired level of lightness, we're going to remove our foils, unfold them, each one of them. As you can see, this is the really pretty caramel brown. We can at this point remove our clips or our makeshift handles because we're going to shampoo. Once I have completely rinsed all of the chemical out of the hair, I like to squeeze a little bit of excess of the water out, and also at that point I'm making sure there's no excess chemical in. And I like to take my neutralizing or normalizing shampoo to make sure that we are bringing the pH back down of the hair so the cuticle's not open. So I take a little bit of there. And again, when we're always shampooing or co-washing, we're always making sure that everything's done in a downward motion. We never want to create tangles or knots in the hair. And we never want to scrub, because there's no need to scrub. And never scrub the wefted hair, whether it's attached or if it's something that is like a clip-in that you're shampooing. You never want to scrub, because that is going to create knots and tangles. So always shampoo in a downward motion. Once we've done that, again, we're going to take our water, and we're going to make sure that the water is not too warm. Once all of the shampoo is out of the hair, we can then take our conditioner or our co-wash, if you like, and we're going to take that as the last step in cleansing and conditioning the wefted hair. So again, we're doing it in downward motion. We're going to pull it back up. Downward motion. Putting our fingers through to make sure that conditioner's on every strand. And as you can see, that the hair was processed well, and it was also done with professional color, so that you can see that the integrity of the curl has not been compromised. Still curly, the same curl pattern from the top of the weft to the end of the strand. So now we're going to rinse our hair in cool water to make sure that we lock the shine in the hair. Make sure the water's cool and that the water is not forced. Once we've completely rinsed out our product, we're still doing everything in a downward motion. So we're going to just wring some of the hair out all the way down, and still scrunching up. We still want to encourage the curl. We can wring down, scrunch up a little bit. We can take our towel. I like to take the towel and wrap it in and just give it a good squeeze. Now what I like to do is take a little bit of my leave-in conditioner. I like to use the leave-in by Salon 21 because it is a silk protein leave-in conditioner. So we're going to make sure that those proteins and that those lipids are back inside of the hair, which keeps it a nice, good shine, and also protects the hair because it is chemically treated. So just a little bit of leave-in. Again, rubbing it together. And we're going to put it in the hair and just scrunch it in. Make sure we're putting it in between with our fingers so every strand has been done. And voila, you've now chemically treated your hair, you've colored it and lifted it up, and you have the nice ombre effect, which is going from dark to light. So what I like to do once I've chemically treated any extension hair is I like to you can either lay it down flat and let it air dry, or if it's attached to your hair, I like to dry it in a hooded dryer, not blow drying it, not the direct concentrated heat. You want to make sure that the heat is an aerated heat. So I like to either roller set it if it's attached to or sewed into the client's scalp, or I like to just lay it in a hooded dryer and let it air dry. And then you can go along with either wearing it in its natural state, or at that point you can straighten it with your flat iron or roller brush.